Hi, I'm Mr. Rodriguez, and I'm here to show you how to factor a binomial. I was kind of noticing that when students learn how to factor binomials, eventually they go on to factoring trinomials, and because the trinomials and the binomials are somewhat similar, they somewhat get confused. So therefore I'm going to go ahead and review again how to factor a binomial. Now I'm going to do it fundamentally, so I'm going to go back to show you how it's done. Of course there are faster ways to do it, but for now I'm going to show you how it's done, and then if you want on the next one I'll show you how to make it faster, okay? So let's begin. First thing we're going to do is we're going to completely factor out everything. We're going to factor everything from the left term, and then we're going to factor everything from the right term. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with that 36. So I'm going to go ahead and write 36 here, and I'm going to factor it using my factor tree. So any two numbers that I multiply to give me 36, and I think most people are going to say, correct, 6 times 6, because 6 times 6 does give me 36. Now these 6's here could be factored. 2 times 3, that's correct, and then here would be also 2 times 3. So 2 times 3 is 6, times 2 is 12, 12 times 3 is 36 again. So we factored out the 36. Now let's factor out the 12. So here goes with the 12. Any two numbers that multiply to give me 12? Okay, do not say 1 and 12, because you really can't use ones when you're factoring. If you remember from the previous videos, you don't want to use ones when you're factoring, but you can use anything bigger than 1. And if you're thinking 2 and a 6, that's good. If you're thinking a 3 and a 4, that's also good. We'll go ahead and do 3 times 4. Now this 4 can be factored again as 2 times 2. I'll bring down the 3. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 12. That's good. So we're going to use these factors in here. So we're going to begin with the blue side. So here we go. For 36, I'm going to write 2 times 2, 2 times 2, times 3 times 3, times 3 times 3. I like to start off with the smaller numbers and put the bigger numbers. I like to try to keep some kind of an order, and it makes it easier for me to focus on what I'm doing. Let me fix this 3 here. Alright, so now the x. How many x's do we have? It is x squared. We do see an x 2 times. So we have 2 x's. So I'm going to write here x times x. I am completely done factoring the left side, or factoring this, this term. Now it's time to factor the right term. So I'm going to go ahead and put a plus there. So I'm going to put a plus here. Now I'm going to factor the right side. So the factors of 12 are right here. Again, I'm going to put first the 2's. So it'll be 2 times 2 times 3. And then how many x's do we have here? We have only one x, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put times x. Now, when we're factoring, guys, when we're factoring, we're looking for things that are in common. Like, what do you see in this left term or this left group that you also see in the right group? Okay? So you want to see things that are similar. And if you look closely, I see a 2 on the left and I see a 2 on the right. So that's our first similarity. Anything else? I'll let you look at it. Correct. We do have another 2 here, and we have another 2 here. And then it looks like we have a 3 here, and another 3 here. Are we done? We're done with the numbers. We have a 3 here, but we're done with the numbers over here. So remember, they have to be present in both groups. Now, if you're probably yelling out that there's an x on both of them, you are correct. So it looks like we have 2 2's, 1 3, 1 3, and an x for each. So we're able to pick something that they both have in common. So now we're going to go ahead and write that down. So we are going to write down 2, 2, 3. So I'm going to go to write it down. So what is 2 times 2? 4, and 4 times 3 is 12. So I'm going to go ahead and write here, I'm going to get my black marker here. I'm going to go ahead and write here 12. Because I did take out 2 times 2 times 3. Gave me 12. I took out 2 times 2 times 3. Gave me 12. So I factored out that 12. I factored out the 2, and the 3. So what's left inside after I factor out the 12? Wait a minute. You guys should be stopping me right about now. Did we factor more than just the 12? How about that x? Didn't we also factor out an x? So let's go ahead and put that x here, because we factored out a 2, a 2, a 3, which gave us 12, plus the x. There. So now we're showing everything that we factored out of these two groups. So what's left? What's left? We do have a 3 and an x on the first group, so I'm going to put here a 3 and an x. Plus, what do we have left in the third group? This is tricky. This is tricky because you might be tempted to put a 0 there, but you can't. What you need to remember is that everything is multiplied by 1. There's 1s everywhere, but they're invisible. So if you factor completely everything out, you will be left with that 1 over here on the right. So we'll put a 1 there. And there it is. We have completely factored out this binomial using our simple but yet foundational way of doing it. Now there are much faster ways of doing it, which we'll do right after this. Okay? Thank you very much. Bye-bye.